If you are struggling to get new students in your doors, you've got to watch this video. I'm gonna lay out my genius strategy and how we do this at scale every single day with my own $1 million business. Let's go. Hey everybody, I'm Jennifer Waters and I'm one of the founders of 7-Figure Dojo, where we help school and academy owners turn their dreams into reality by developing marketing and business systems to allow them to build the school and academy of their dreams. In this video, I'm sharing with you my genius strategy and what we've implemented to literally generate a crazy amount of leads that then turn into students. And I want to share with you these particular steps because I'm tired of seeing school and academy owners just like you struggling to make ends meet because you just don't have enough students. So let's dig into it. All right, so step number one is you have to create a crazy, mind-blowing offer. Yeah, I know that was a little dramatic, but stick with me. You need to be able to have people in your local area go, I really should look into this. You see, a lead is just simply someone who's raising their hand saying, yeah, I'm interested. Or someone who's kind of leaning into the conversation. If they were at a party, they're leaning in to find more about what is happening around this particular event or this particular conversation. And so in order to actually generate leads, I don't need to spend forever figuring out who's gonna actually purchase my lessons in my martial arts school or my dance academy. I just have to figure out, how do I get those leads to say, yeah, I'm a little bit interested. And so I wanna dispel the myth. There are no such things as qualified leads for school and academies. You don't have to worry about trying to get a qualified lead, you just need a lead. Because the thing is when I try to qualify leads too early in the process, I end up excluding a ton of people who would have enrolled, who would have signed up with me. So in the beginning, I want you to think about this like a funnel, okay? If I'm funneling in water into a water bottle, I've got a big funnel here and I've got a gallon jug and I've got a water bottle. I want to pour that water into the funnel to get it down into the water bottle. And I want to try to make the funnel at the top as wide as possible because it's going to make it a lot easier to take that huge volume of water and then eventually get it into the water bottle. So as wide as I can with the funnel, that's what I want. If you're squeezing the funnel at the top, it's much harder to get all of that liquid down into the water bottle below. So the things that I found to really help is by creating an offer that eliminates the time objection, eliminates the commitment objection, and eliminates a price objection. I don't want something where someone's going, oh my gosh, I don't know if I have 3 hours to commit to this. And I definitely don't want something where someone goes, I'm not sure if I could commit to a whole entire month of lessons. And I also want to avoid the price objection, like, man, I just don't know if I want to waste $27 or $49 or whatever a trial might be. So in order to do all of this and to eliminate all of that, I simply start with a free introductory and evaluation lesson. And here's the other thing. Other competitors, they really can't compete against me because I'm at the bottom, free. There's nothing that you can do better than free. So if I offer a free introductory and evaluation lesson, someone else is offering a trial, a paid trial, $27, $45, whatever, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win because mine is less expensive and there's nothing below free that I can offer, right? I could do different variations of free. I could do a 1 week free or 30 days free, but then again, I come back into the commitment objection. People may just not sign up for that because they don't know if they wanna be that committed yet. So start off with a free introductory and evaluation offer. This would be my number one recommendation. Is what I recommend to my clients in order to get the most amount of leads in the door. Okay, so the second step, if you want to implement this genius marketing strategy, is you really need to strive to be everywhere. I want you to think about what I call omnipresence marketing. Everywhere that my prospect could be, I want to be there. If they're looking on their phone at social media, which everybody does, you're doing it right now. If they're looking on their phone for social media, I want to be on that phone. I want to be on that news feed. I want to be on that story that they're looking at. I've got to be in front of them. And the crazy thing is that a lot of times people try to do this cheap. They try to do it very inexpensively by just going, well, I'm going to post some Facebook posts or some Instagram posts and maybe I'll put a story up. But the reality is that on both those platforms, Facebook and Instagram, and even I'll talk about TikTok in a moment, but Facebook and Instagram, they're really not going to show your organic content to other people unless it's entertaining or it's educational, or what we call edutainment these days. And also, the other thing to keep in mind is that a post that has written words is not going to get the same type of reach that a video is going to be. Now, you could spend a lot of time trying to create some viral content, but that viral content is not just going to be for your local city. It's going to be nationally or internationally, which is one of the reasons why, even though viral TikTok content might be great, it's going out to the masses as opposed to going out to your local area, to the people that you're trying to attract. And so that is why I would recommend doing paid online advertising so that you can get directly in front of the people that are going to be the most eligible to take advantage of your offer. And one of the things that we want to do is we want to recognize that most people are spending 8 to 10 hours a day on their devices, so you might as well be on that device too. Additionally, I want to make sure that I'm not just only on this device, because you know what? What if in my local area another marketer comes along and outbids me? They spend more money on Facebook and Instagram than I'm spending. Well, if that's the case, what's going to happen is my ads are going to be seen less, because Facebook and Instagram ultimately are just auction houses. I'm paying a bid for a certain amount of time or a certain amount of exposures on that platform, and somebody else might outbid me, and therefore I have less exposure on that platform than somebody else. So what else can I do to make sure that I'm actually generating leads on a regular basis? Well, one thing I can do is get outside the walls of my school or academy. I can go out to other places. I can go meet people where they are. Now, that might be with your local elementary school. That might be going to a farmer's market, or actually going to an event where you can set up a booth and have some interaction. You can do some prize giveaways. You can do things to get in front of people where you can collect their name, phone number, and their email address. So huge. And listen, if you want a resource that shows you a step-by-step script that you can use when you're in the community, when you're out talking to people, make sure you click the resource below. We'll link it up in the description. You can grab that resource, download it, and then you can go out and you can actually do this for yourself. It's amazing. You don't want to miss it. Just make sure you click that link. Now, the last thing that I would say that you also want to do on a regular basis to make sure that you're generating leads is you've got to have some epic internal events, things that you're running in your own school every single month to bring leads in the door. Now, this can be a ton of different things that you can do, and we recommend a wide variety of themes for our clients to be able to pull in not only prospective students, but leveraging their existing students to bring along other people. So you're going to want to make sure you're doing that. And if you're doing those things on a regular basis, you got your online advertising work, you're going out into the community, and you're running internal events, there is no way that you're not getting leads every single month. And I'm gonna bonus in this next step, because you can be doing all this lead generation, all these marketing strategies, and there's so many other things that we haven't even covered. Like, we haven't talked about your website, we haven't talked about generating leads through pay-per-click, like through Google advertising, all those things. But even with those things that I just talked about just now, one of the other things that you also need to do is you also must follow up. So many people generate leads and then get frustrated because these leads don't just walk in the door. The reason why they're not walking in the door is because you're not generating enough conversation with them. And I get it. Sometimes you call a lead and they don't actually respond. Part of what you have to be able to do is call that lead within the first few minutes, get them on the phone in that golden window, which we would recommend the first 5, maybe 10 minutes, and set an appointment. Create an emotional connection with that lead so that they are excited about coming in the doors and they could see themselves actually doing this. And then once you do that, they're going to show up for the appointment, and then that's going to be your opportunity to be able to talk to them and transform their life. But if you don't follow up, you'll never get to that stage. And follow up has to be often, and it has to be regularly scheduled. So you can't just follow up one day and then leave it and not follow up for 2 more days. That lead is gone very, very cold. Because remember, we're not relying on referrals. We're not relying on people that have just walked into your school. That's not a very reliable or predictable traffic source. And those people have already thought a lot about doing whatever it is that you offer. But everybody else that we were talking about before is what I would consider a cold lead. Somebody who's never really considered even participating in martial arts or dance or whatever it is that you teach. But all of a sudden they have an ad served in front of them, or they met you at an event and they went, that sounds like a great idea. You have to go for that follow-up. You have to educate them about what it is that you do in order for them to actually say, yeah, I want to do this and I'm excited about starting this new journey. So guys, if you found a ton of value, let me know in the comments. I will love to hear from you. I respond to all my comments and I really appreciate it. And let me know what other things that you want to see on this channel. I'm trying my best to make sure that I'm educating and providing this education around growing your school and academy absolutely free. But let me know in the comments and I look forward to seeing you on my next video.